Alright, today we're going to go over how the Volkswagen Bug, this is not a Super Beetle, they're different, at least up past when they had a flat windshield, which was what, 72. So here's how this sunroof is all supposed to be. I'm going to show you guys some of the things. Here's the cable. It goes onto this rail. I got mine, it was all apart, so I had no clue of what parts were needed and what parts were there, what ones weren't. So I'm going to show you guys all the parts. Here's your slider here. Here's your, they call this, I think, vanes is what they're called. And there's two. There's a right and a left. Okay, if you look, there's a slight arc to the roof. So you need to have the right side that's arced this direction on the right and the one that's arced the other direction on the left. So they need to be done properly. Then what you have here is this metal piece, which I'm going to try and take off real quick. Okay, this metal piece goes over the cables. Okay, the left cable goes this direction to the rear of the car around, and if you look at the depth of the plastic, it will show you that that's the direction it goes, and then it goes underneath into the bottom portion of this tube. The right side goes from the top side down to the bottom side of this tube going straight across. So if you can see, that's how that goes. There's these little things here that flip up. Okay, so if you're taking it apart, you can kind of see what you're looking at. And those things actually insert into these little guys here on your sunroof. So if yours is all apart, you don't know how to put it back together, like me, and you can probably figure this out. Then what you have here is this little fella, which it's stationary. It looks like it should move or something, and has this little ribbed edge. I have no clue why. But this has these little fellas here that go on like this, and those fit into the groove of the rail above. I'll show you in a second, but if you can see that, it goes on here. There's two screws, and there's a little plate that goes on there as well, like this here. It's this little fella right here, goes on top of that. Okay, so you can get an idea of where those things go. And what they do is they actually, go, so you put your sunroof in, you put the rear portion in first. These are spring loaded, so you push this back, you put it in that little hole that in that other item that I showed you, and then this actually goes on here like that, and then you put the two screws in. Now that's how you get your headliner in, or get your sunroof in. Okay, I'm going to talk to you guys about a couple other things that I figured out that are really important. One of the things is on your winder. Okay, typically this gear wears out, or the cables break. So if your gear is worn out, then what happens is it just skips. Or if sometimes you have really bad, hang on one second, I want to start this again.